How to identify and protect yourself from manipulative people. At some point in our lives, we've all encountered someone whose mere presence seems to drain our energy, manipulate our emotions, or leave behind a trail of chaos. Unfortunately, the presence of evil is not just a theme in movies or myths. It surrounds us and often manifests in subtle and insidious ways. But don't worry. By learning to recognize the signs and adopting the right strategies, you can identify these individuals and protect yourself from their influence. These people may not have horns or tails, but their actions expose them. They manipulate, destroy, and exploit others' kindness to achieve their own goals. However, the wisdom of ancient Stoics, such as Marcus Aurelius, teaches us how to remain unshaken by their influence and preserve inner peace. Imagine being surrounded by someone who, without saying a word, drains your energy, manipulates your emotions, and spreads chaos around you. Evil doesn't always reveal itself, obviously. It hides behind fake smiles, manipulative words, and actions that quietly tear you apart. Today, you'll learn 10 clear signs that a toxic and destructive person is close by, and more importantly, how to protect yourself with Stoic wisdom. So, pay attention to every detail, because recognizing these signs can save your peace and even your life. And before we begin, hit the like button and subscribe, because this knowledge can transform the way you deal with people and strengthen your mind. Constant manipulation. Seneca once said, "He who has many fears has many things to be manipulated." This reflection perfectly describes manipulators. They don't thrive on honesty. Rather, they make lies their most refined weapon to control others. Manipulation rarely starts, obviously. It sneaks in subtly, like a whisper in your ear. Imagine a colleague who excessively praises you in front of others, making you feel valued and appreciated. But soon after, they suggest that without their help or approval, you won't be able to progress. This is a classic trick, disorienting you to create dependence. Manipulators play on your insecurities, making you believe that only they understand you and know what's best for you. They use your vulnerabilities as tools to influence your decisions, gradually taking control over your life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that clarity and self-control are the best defenses against manipulation. A virtuous person will never try to make others dependent on them. On the contrary, they will encourage their independence. If someone constantly crosses your boundaries, trying to impose their will on you, that's a clear warning sign. Remember the words of Epictetus, "He is not free who is not master of himself." By refusing to play their game, you regain control over your thoughts, actions, and decisions. 2. Deceptive Charm. Epictetus also warned us. Appearance, however bright, often hides deeper truths. Think, have you ever met someone whose charisma seemed irresistible? A radiant smile, confident words, the ability to make everyone feel special. At first glance, this person might seem like the perfect friend, ideal partner, or inspiring mentor. But over time, you realize there's a fine line between sincerity and manipulation. When used authentically, charm strengthens bonds and builds trust. However, in the hands of someone with selfish intentions, it becomes a dangerous tool of control. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The soul is colored with the hue of its thoughts." This truth reminds us that, behind the shiny surface, the true nature of a person always exists. A person's real character is revealed not by what they say, but by what they do, especially when there's nothing to gain in return. Watch how this person treats those who can't offer anything in return. Their actions in those moments speak louder than any charming words. 3. Desire for control. For manipulators, control is not just a habit, but a means of domination and a tool to exercise power over others. They don't just want to influence your actions, they aim to possess your thoughts and emotions. Marcus Aurelius said, "Your mind is under your control, not external events. By realizing this, you will find your true strength." And it is precisely this strength that manipulators want to steal from you, because they know that those who control your mind control your life. Often these people present themselves as allies or mentors, offering advice that at first seems valuable and helpful. However, over time, you realize they start questioning your decisions, undermining your confidence, and making you feel that, without them, you won't be able to move forward. They use doubt, guilt, and even false concern to trap you in a cycle of dependency. Their goal is not your growth, but to keep you under their control. Epictetus reminds us, freedom is the only goal worthy of life. True freedom comes when you refuse to submit to what is outside of your control. Manipulators know this and will do anything to limit your independence, but it's up to you to resist. If someone constantly questions your choices, imposes their will on you, or makes you feel incapable without their approval, that's a clear sign they want to control your life. Defend your autonomy and don't allow your reality to be shaped by others' shadows. 4. Lies without remorse. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nothing should be done unless it is correct, and nothing should be said unless it is true." However, for manipulators, the truth has no value. It's just an obstacle to be avoided. For them, lying is not an occasional slip-up or mistake, but a calculated tool to gain power, avoid responsibility, and distort reality in their favor. Imagine someone who constructs a fictional world around them, telling elaborate stories to win the trust and respect of others. They might claim that they achieved success on their own, when in reality it was the effort of a team that got them there. And if confronted, they won't admit their lie. Instead, they will shift the blame, divert attention, or try to make you question your own perception. This behavior creates an environment of distrust and manipulation, where the boundaries between real and false begin to blur. These people are experts at fabricating narratives to keep control over others. But the truth, as the Stoics teach, always comes to light because it doesn't need elaborate justifications to exist. How to protect yourself. The best way to protect yourself from this kind of manipulation is to observe inconsistencies. If their stories change constantly depending on the situation, or if their words don't match their actions, that's a strong indication of falseness. Stoic philosophy teaches us to set boundaries and not fear distancing ourselves from those who consistently distort the truth. Healthy relationships are built on honesty, and where lies prevail, trust inevitably dissolves. If someone around you is constantly manipulating facts to benefit themselves, remember, stepping away is not weakness, but respect for yourself. As the Stoics teach, true strength lies in maintaining peace and integrity, regardless of others' lies. 5. The blame game. Seneca once wrote, "Truth stands firm, while a lie always requires justification." Manipulative people rarely take responsibility for their actions. Instead, they constantly seek someone to blame, outsourcing their failures and manipulating others into carrying a weight that doesn't belong to them. For them, guilt is not just a way to escape responsibility, it's also a method of control. They create situations where they always appear as the victims, while others are blamed for the problems that arise. Imagine a friend or colleague who, when confronted about a mistake, says, "I did everything I could, but it was you who ruined everything." This tactic has a clear purpose: to make you feel guilty, take responsibility, and thus become emotionally weakened. These people play on your sense of empathy and responsibility, twisting the facts to make you doubt yourself. The more guilty you feel, the more control they gain over your emotions and decisions. How to deal with this? The best defense against this kind of manipulation is not to react emotionally. Instead of letting the guilt they try to impose overwhelm you, focus on the facts. If you realize that someone constantly avoids taking responsibility for their mistakes and tries to blame everything on you, ask yourself, Is this accusation valid, or is this just an attempt to manipulate me? Stoic philosophy teaches that we must preserve our mental clarity and establish boundaries. Those who truly care about you will never use guilt as a tool of control. They will own up to their mistakes and seek to build relationships based on mutual respect. Remember, manipulators fear the truth because it destroys their game. The more you stand firm, the harder it will be for them to control you. 6. Lack of empathy. Seneca said, "Human beings are by nature social creatures, made to interact and support each other. Empathy is the bond that connects us, allowing us to share joys and overcome difficulties together. But for those with selfish intentions, others are merely tools to achieve their goals. People devoid of empathy do not see others as individuals with their own feelings and needs. They see them as means to fulfill their own ambitions. This lack of sensitivity is not just a personal trait, but a deep sign of an inner emptiness." How to identify? These people rarely show genuine compassion. They might pretend to be interested, but deep down their actions reveal disdain for others' suffering. If you share a concern or problem with someone like this, their response might be cold and indifferent, or even a subtle attempt to minimize your feelings. They can't feel happiness for others' success and often react with sarcasm or contempt when they see someone prospering. How to protect yourself? Set emotional boundaries. If you notice that someone in your life constantly disregards your feelings and shows a lack of empathy, distance yourself from that influence. Stoic philosophy teaches that our inner peace should not depend on the approval of others. Surrounding yourself with people who value and respect your feelings is essential to maintaining your strength and clarity. Remember, true relationships are based on reciprocity. If someone never offers support but always demands something in return, it might be time to reconsider that relationship. 7. Enjoyment of others' pain. One of the most disturbing traits of a manipulative and ill-intentioned person is the pleasure they take in seeing others suffer. Epictetus advised us, "Surround yourself with those who elevate you." But these people do the opposite. They thrive on chaos, pain, and the failure of others. They don't build their greatness on their own merits, but rather by bringing others down. If someone fails, instead of offering support or showing empathy, these individuals take pleasure in the misfortune of others. For them, the pain of others is not a lesson or an experience to be overcome. It's a spectacle. How to identify? These people seem to rejoice when something bad happens to someone. They make sarcastic or demeaning comments about others' struggles. They spread gossip about others' failures to feel superior. Instead of encouraging progress, they try to discourage any achievement or success. How to protect yourself? Stoic philosophy teaches us that we must distance ourselves from people who try to drag us down. If someone takes pleasure in seeing you suffer, that person is not a reliable friend, partner, or mentor. Marcus Aurelius said, "The quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our life." Therefore, choose to be around people who genuinely celebrate your success and share your joy. True growth happens alongside those who want to see you evolve. 8. Isolation as a control strategy. Marcus Aurelius taught us that human beings were born to cooperate. Manipulative people know this, which is why they do everything they can to weaken your connections with those who truly care about you. Isolation is one of their most effective weapons. By distancing you from family, friends, or co-workers, they make you more vulnerable and dependent on their influence. How to identify? This person begins to make negative comments about your friends and family. They try to convince you that no one really understands you like they do. They make you feel guilty for wanting to spend time with others. They create conflicts and stir up drama to separate you from your social circle. How to protect yourself? Remember, the support of the right people is one of your greatest strengths. If someone constantly tries to distance you from loved ones, question their intentions. True friendship is about love encouraging freedom, not restriction. Epictetus said, "Those who seek independence must never sever ties with genuine people." Therefore, maintain your healthy relationships and don't let anyone convince you that being alone is your only option. 9. Envy. Disguised envy is a poison that corrodes relationships, but it doesn't always manifest openly. Often, the people who seem to support you the most are the ones who secretly wish for your downfall. They disguise their envy with false praise, subtle criticisms disguised as advice or constant comparisons to others. How to identify? They downplay your achievements, suggesting that you were just lucky or that you're not that special. They make subtle remarks that plant doubts about your ability or merit. Whenever you accomplish something, they try to redirect the attention back to themselves. They seem uncomfortable with your victories, even if they try to hide it. How to protect yourself? The Stoics teach us that the opinions of others do not define our worth. If someone feels threatened by your success, it reflects more on their insecurity than on you. Distance yourself from those who can't celebrate your victories and surround yourself with people who genuinely want to see you grow. Shared success is the true success. 10. Lack of remorse. One of the clearest signs of a manipulative person is their inability to recognize mistakes. Instead of taking responsibility, they prefer to deny, distort the facts, or simply blame others. Seneca said, "The greatest mistake is not learning from your own mistakes." But for these people, admitting a mistake is a weakness, and they will do anything to avoid that situation. How to identify? They never offer genuine apologies. When they do, it's only to manipulate. They deflect blame onto others, even when they are clearly responsible. They play the victim to avoid responsibility. They have difficulty recognizing that their actions caused harm. How to protect yourself? Stoic philosophy teaches us that we must surround ourselves with people who value growth and responsibility. If someone never acknowledges their mistakes, that person is not interested in learning or improving, only in maintaining control. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "Our minds should be focused on ideas and people that improve our lives." Spend your energy on those who inspire, not on those who destroy. We've just explored 10 signs that can help you recognize manipulative people and protect your inner peace. Awareness is your greatest defense. As Marcus Aurelius taught, true strength lies in controlling your mind and your reactions. These people can only affect you if you allow them to. The more you understand their patterns, the more resistant you become to their manipulations. Your life should be filled with harmony and support. Set boundaries, protect your tranquility, and surround yourself with those who strengthen you. Stoic wisdom can guide you along the path of clarity and true emotional freedom. You deserve a life that is balanced and protected from destructive influences. Thank you for watching. Now you know how to identify and protect yourself from destructive people. Share this video with someone who needs this knowledge. You can help them avoid emotional traps. And don't stop here. Watch the video on the screen to continue strengthening your mind with Stoic wisdom.